This is problem number 10 from section 2.5. In this problem they say, in a certain company, the measured thickness M, so M is the thickness, of a helicopter blade must not differ from the standards by more than 0.13 millimeters. The manufacturing engineer expresses this as absolute value of M minus 18.51 less than or equal to 0.13. So these are perfect problems because they're telling you 0.13 is your variation. So they say it must not differ from the standards by more than 0.13 millimeters, meaning if they make a helicopter blade that is 0.13 millimeters too large in thickness or 0.13 millimeters too small in thickness, they're still going to accept that as an acceptable acceptable thickness for the blade. And they say find the limits of M if the standard is 18.51. So they want this blade to be 18.51 millimeters, but if it's 0.13 higher, they're okay with that, and if it's 0.13 less than that, they're okay with that too. If it's anything more or less, they throw it out. So let's take a look. They want us to solve this to find the limits. So we're going to say the absolute value of M minus 18.51 millimeters is less than or equal to 0.13 millimeters. This is a less than or equal to after the absolute value, so that tells us we have an AND compound inequality. So we need to start by saying 0.13, but negative 0.13 is less than or equal to M minus 18.51 millimeters less than or equal to 0.13. Then I'm going to add the 18.51 over, add 18.51 to this side and this side. And when you add this 18.51 over, you end up with 18 point, let's see, that would be 38 less than or equal to M less than or equal to 18.64. So they are going to accept blade widths between 18.38 and 18.64, and we can write that. Blade thickness must be between 18.38 millimeters and 18.64 millimeters. And you'll see this in everything that's manufactured. They'll have some sort of tolerance. That's what we call that, as a tolerance for the product.